Hello, this is Victor at historymercedes.com. This video is for Frank in California. Okay, Frank, so I'm going to make this video right now because I can, and this is a good timing. So this is your Egas module that I repaired, and we have both throttle bodies. I just cleaned up the driver's side an hour ago, and the passenger side is also finished, checked out, everything's good. So first thing what we're going to do is we're going to install your Egas module, and I'm going to actually leave your Egas in this car so my wife can drive it around tomorrow, so we'll test it on the vehicle. But I had it on the bench for quite a long time and I don't see problems. I sent you some pictures of damages so you know what was wrong with it. So now obviously we have different Egas module here. This is a 140 chassis, this is 129 chassis. It's going to work. Unfortunately, I won't be able to scan anything out of it, but and cruise control will not work. You're not supposed to do this, but for test purposes it's going to be fine. Schematic diagrams for throttle bodies, they're same, okay? So that's not a concern by any means. I don't know, there's some other module, as you can see. I don't know what's the story with this one, who knows what it is. But anyway, because I have a few of these things laying around. And this is how I test my modules anyway. Before I sell any of the modules I fix, I put it on the car and just drive it around. I don't know, there's a little sticker is messed up, but it's not critical. Alright, when you push on the module, you have to really force it. This one. Okay, so points, you know, the edges, they have to be flush. So first thing what we're gonna do is, let me just drop the case on it first, so let it just be done, because I want to drive on this for a day or so. So it's gonna be a much better test than you know, it's good to have it done like that. Bench is bench, driving is driving. It's going to get hot, it's going to get cold, it's going to be freezing overnight tonight, then it's going to get started. So good, it's a good thing to do. Okay, and then I'm going to activate throttles next. First thing what we're going to do is, alright, so hand tighten good, clear. Alright, so we're going to start the car now. Before the start, you want to do is you want to put on the ignition and you wait for throttle bodies to do learning. So let's listen for them. As you heard, there, that's it. So once you heard that kind of change in the tone, that's it, they have learned their positions. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna start it up. So the car runs, put the heat on, it's kind of 33 degrees, it's almost freezing. So right now, this is my wife's car, so I don't know, check engine light, don't mind that. And Bluetooth, shut the Bluetooth down. Alright, so as you can see, acceleration is fine. I want to wait for air pump to shut off. The here it goes. Okay, so air pump's off. Put the lights on or something. It doesn't matter. Alright, so here's your idle speed, acceleration. Easy acceleration, everything's fine. So that was just a slight press on the gas. I don't know if we get here. So you can see. I don't know if you hear the exhaust, but it's totally fine. So we're definitely going to keep this unit in the vehicle. Just let it be for test purposes. Perfectly fine. Doesn't even jump RPMs a lot, so that's good, because usually they move up. RPMs go up and down a little bit here and there. Next thing we're going to do is I'm going to plug in your throttle bodies now. The driver's side unit, it's actually very fresh. It's very recent, I would rather say, because when I opened it up to clean it, it's really fresh. I mean, I don't think it was installed a long time ago. It was definitely a brand new replacement, and yeah, internals are totally fine. I did put on the little circlip here, so this little return spring attachment here, this little wheel, isn't going to fall off. I don't know what happened during the removal. I guess you lost this little circlip, but it must be there. You need that return spring on throttles so they keep idle position properly. And I'll show you also. Okay, so as you can see, the way my throttles are, it's the same exact way I did everybody else's, because this is the latest revision of my rebuilds, and this works just fine, perfectly fine. As you can see, when the plugs and everything, they all look alike, because I found this way to be the best. Okay, so let's put both together. All right, so here, what I want to show here is the actual activation of both units. And right now, obviously, they're off. So what we want to see is equal activation. So both throttles have to be synchronized. So let's put on the ignition. When you put on the ignition, obviously, they activate first. So at this moment, as you can see, we have both units activate at once in sync, full opening. There is not even much twitching, so which is a good thing. They're actually much quieter than even mine. So as you can see, I'm moving the throttle plate on the driver's side, and both are in sync and work very nicely. And last thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the car with throttle bodies not installed on the intake manifold, just to show you that there is no ASR. And it's 100% that there will be no ASR codes or anything, because everything, no limp mode. So let's just start it up. Now obviously when you start the car without throttle bodies connected, I mean not installed on the manifold, you only get an X amount of air passing through, so we obviously have not proper idle. But the purpose of this video to show that both throttles are still active, they're still synchronized, and they will still work when the engine runs. As you see, they still work just fine, but I can't keep them open all the way, because then it's going to go into limp, because mass airflow sensors don't read. But and like I said, this is your e-gas module in the vehicle. Oh, hey, okay. Well, that one decided to fall down, so I have to cut it quits. Yeah, so throttles, no questions. They've been working on the bench for over 15 hours by now, by my calculations. No problems there. So I'm gonna just put it in this box right here. I'm gonna plug in my throttles, and I'm gonna start the car for last time, and then test the Egas module. I'll put these throttles back on the bench with some other Egas module I have. Let them be active for another day, and then once everything goes through, I usually don't latch them. Just leave them open like that. Oops, I have to still plug in my unit here. There. I test so many, so I don't even latch them up anymore, and I just don't even secure them anymore. It's just so many times I have to deal with them. So okay, so these are ready, so I'll put my Egas module in the box as well, just so I keep them together. There. Okay, so once more, once you change anything, you do want to put on the ignition and do the learning. There's the noise. This is the learning curve. Done. Okay, as you heard, I don't know if camera picked it up, but there was this change in tone of throttle bodies. You can actually hear it, how they kind of they basically close down all the way to learn their stops. Here's the start of the vehicle with throttles in place and Egas module in place. So I need to relearn it once more. Actually, no. Probably too much gas in the intake. Yeah. Because again, don't forget, I've been flooding the engine with no air. Fuel coming in. Yeah, that's it. There was way too much fuel in there in cylinders. I'm not going to make the video about how I drive this car and all that stuff because it's late and I can maybe go down the street. That's about all. Because it's getting late right now and I need to get some other things done. So let's do heavy, heavy, heavy. This is my car, so I can put this on it. You're not supposed to accelerate from here too, by the way. Don't do that. And again, this is a wrong Egas module. It shouldn't be in this car, but for test purposes, it's totally fine. So let's just quickly down the street and back because this video is gonna get too long. Let me back it up. So here we are. I don't want to make too many noises in front of my neighbors here. Goes well, perfectly fine. Yes, I do have suspension problem with rear struts. I know that. You might even hear it in the camera. Yeah, it's squeaking, but it's just too cold to work on it right now, so I don't care for now. So here we are. He's gonna do a quick acceleration, and that's about it. You can see it goes like a beast. Yeah, oh my god, this creaks. Yeah, well, I mean, the suspension is something. I know what the problem is. It's the rear strut that's bad. Passenger side. I'm not paying $600 for a new one. I'm going to have to make my own polyurethane inserts. That's what I want to do, so I'll do it when it's warm. And also, maybe I won't have to get to that because I might be able to finish that V12 up front so my wife can drive that one. It's the 600 I'm working on when it's warm. I'll get that one done so she can drive that one, and I'll have this one so I can drive it later on and fix all the other little knickknacks. But the point here is, as you can see, it drives fine. Feels good to me. Okay, so this is probably going to be one and only video that I'm going to make about these throttle bodies, because this is a very thorough test along with the Egas module, and I'm just going to have them on the bench overnight, just let them be, and then this car is going to be driven with the Egas module in it, so that's going to test the Egas, and then they will be pretty much ready to go probably for Monday morning. They'll definitely be ready for shipping. Yeah, you can see this is a wrong Egas. You can tell by RPMs. I know my Egas drops RPMs faster, but again, this is not the Egas that should be in this vehicle. Okay, this is not the right one, but yeah, it's good. Yep, so it will be driven. For any issues, obviously they will show up, but I don't think there will be any. Alright, so let's cut it quits. This is Victor at TheStoryMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.